I don't even know where to begin, my love. The night feels endless tonight, and the stars look like cold silver wounds above me. I'm sitting here with my back against the wall, the dim light of the street lamp falling through the window like a broken prayer, and all I can think of is your name. It drips through my mind like water leaking from a cracked vessel. Baby, I'm at my lowest point, and I really need you right now. These aren't just words. They are not the kind of words people throw carelessly across a room or send in text messages at 2 in the morning. These are the words that taste like blood at the back of my throat, like the echo of a cry I didn't know I'd been holding for years. Do you remember the first time we met? How my world felt too small, too narrow, too sharp, and then suddenly, there you were, like an entire horizon that had been hiding behind a single curtain. I had forgotten that someone could walk into a room and carry the kind of light that changes everything without trying. And yet here I am, writing to you in the darkest hour of my life, trying to remember what your voice sounded like when it wasn't trembling, what your eyes looked like when they weren't full of questions, what your hands felt like when they were still reaching for me. I am not ashamed to tell you this. I am broken. Not in the way people say it when they want pity. Not in the way that sounds romantic in sad songs. I am broken in a way that makes every breath feel like glass inside my chest. I am broken in a way that makes the whole world tilt. And yet, somehow, I am still reaching for you. Still hoping that if I stretch my hand far enough, I will touch the edge of your dress, the warmth of your fingers, the shadow of your hair falling over your face. They say a man should not beg. They say love should not become a prayer. But what do they know? They've never tasted the silence after you hang up. They've never walked into a room still humming with the ghost of your laughter. They've never sat alone at a table set for two. My pride died the day I first saw you. My walls came down the night you touched my shoulder and told me you believed in me. And now here I am, at my lowest, whispering your name, like it's the last thing keeping me from falling apart completely. I imagine you reading this. Maybe your hair is tied back. Maybe the night around you is soft and calm. Maybe you're far away, in a city whose name I don't even know. But I hope you can feel what I'm trying to say. I hope the words crawl out of this letter and press themselves against your skin like a heartbeat. I hope you can feel how much of me is still yours. Sometimes I think of all the versions of me that existed before you. The boy who hid his hands in his pockets. The man who laughed too loud to cover the ache. The stranger who didn't know how to stay. All of them died quietly the moment you called me love for the first time. I have been trying to live as the man you believed I could be. But tonight, as I write, I feel like a shadow. And yet, even a shadow reaches toward the light. Even a shadow longs for warmth. If I close my eyes, I can still hear your heartbeat. Not in the literal way, but in the way memories breathe. I hear the rhythm of your steps on the pavement. I hear the hush of your voice when you said my name, like it was something you wanted to keep safe. That's why I'm writing this. Because I can't lose that sound. I can't lose you. They say love is easy when everything is bright, when the roads are straight and the weather is kind. But real love, our love, is tested in the storm, in the darkness, in the nights when you're not sure if you'll even wake up tomorrow. I don't want to hide my storms from you. I want you to see me like this, at my lowest, at my weakest, because this is also me. This is the man who would still choose you, even as the world collapses around him. This is the man who still believes in the sound of your laughter, in the softness of your hands, in the way your eyes held whole universes inside them. If my words sound dramatic, forgive me. This is not a performance. This is not some poet trying to impress his muse. This is just me, your man, your lover, the one who sat with you in the park that evening and said nothing because he didn't have to. Do you remember that? The sun was setting, and the light made your face look like it was carved from some secret dream. You didn't know it then, But that was the moment I promised myself I would never walk away. And yet, somehow life happened. Distance happened. Mistakes happened. And now here I am, writing from the ruins, hoping you'll still hear me. My love, if you read this, don't think of it as weakness. Think of it as truth. Think of it as a heart stripped bare. You've always said you wanted honesty from me. Well, here it is. I am at my lowest point. I need you. Not because you're a bandage. Not because you're an escape. But because you're the only home I've ever known. If you could see me now, love, you would not find the man you left standing strong at the edge of the street that day. You would find someone quieter, someone softer, someone whose skin has turned into paper from writing you all these letters that never reached you. You would find someone who still traces your name on fogged windows, someone who still turns his face toward the wind, hoping to catch a trace of your perfume, drifting from nowhere. I am a shadow of the man you knew, but even shadows are proof of light. And you were always my light. Do you know what I remember most about you? Not the loud things, not the fireworks or the laughter spilling out in the middle of crowded rooms. I remember the small things. The way your fingers curled around a coffee cup. The way you tilted your head when you were trying not to smile. The way your eyes softened whenever you caught me looking at you, like you were the only miracle in a godless world. Those moments are tiny, but they are heavy. I carry them like stones in my pockets. They weigh me down and keep me from floating away. Maybe that's why I'm still here. Maybe that's why I'm still writing. I keep telling myself I won't beg. That I won't become one of those men who call out into the void hoping for an echo. But what is love if not a kind of madness? What is devotion if not a stubborn, trembling faith in something you can't hold? Every night, I promise myself I'll stop thinking of you. And every morning, your name rises in me like sunlight through a dirty window. You are the first thought and the last prayer. You are the reason my hands still shake when I write. Baby, I'm at my lowest point, but even here, there's a strange kind of beauty. It's like standing at the bottom of a well and still seeing a circle of sky far above. I know you're up there somewhere, living your days, walking through streets I've never seen, touching door handles I'll never touch. And yet, somehow, my heart keeps climbing toward you like ivy on a wall. That's what you don't know. That's what I never told you. Even at my weakest, I still choose you. Even at my lowest, I still reach upward. Sometimes I dream of you walking back into my life. It's never dramatic in the dream. There's no music, no crowd, no thunder. It's just you standing in the doorway, quiet, like you used to when you didn't want to wake me up. You say nothing. You just look at me. And in that look, everything returns. The sound of your laughter, the warmth of your hand, the smell of rain on your clothes. And I wake up crying, not because it's sad, but because even my dreams remember you better than I do. I've never told you how much you saved me before you even knew me. The night we met, I was standing on the edge of something dark. I was a man drowning quietly in his own life. And then you smiled at me, and for a moment, the water parted. For a moment, I could breathe. You never asked to be anyone's savior. You never signed up to hold the weight of another soul. But you did, just by existing. You did, just by being you. And now, even in your absence, that salvation still echoes. Even at my lowest, I can still hear it. I'm not writing this to guilt you. I'm not writing this to make you feel responsible for me. I'm writing this because love isn't just about holding someone's hand when they're strong. It's about knowing someone even when they're trembling. It's about being seen when you're at your ugliest, your weakest, your most human. You did that for me once. And I guess I'm hoping you can do it again, even if only through these words. Do you remember the story you told me once about the bird that lost its wings? You said it didn't stop singing even though it could no longer fly. You said maybe that's what courage really is. Well, I'm singing now, love. These words are my song. I'm singing from the bottom of this well, hoping you're the circle of sky above me, hoping you'll lean over and hear me, hoping you'll know that even without wings, I still love you. I don't know how this story ends. Maybe you'll read this and feel nothing. Maybe you'll never see it at all. But if you do, if these words ever reach you, I want you to know one thing. I have never stopped believing in you. Not when you were near. Not now when you're far. Not even when everything in me is breaking. And maybe that's enough. Maybe that's the kind of love that survives even silence. So here I am, writing again. My hands trembling, my heart a cracked lantern spilling light. Here I am, still yours in every way that matters. Here I am, at my lowest point, and yet still, somehow reaching for you. There are nights, my love, when the silence feels so heavy it almost has a weight, like a blanket of stone pressing down on my chest. On those nights, I sit in the corner of this small room, my knees drawn to my chest, my eyes staring at a wall that doesn't answer back. I imagine you sitting across from me, your head tilted just slightly, your hands folded in your lap, listening like you used to listen when my voice was nothing but broken fragments. I imagine you breathing in the same slow rhythm you always did when you were holding space for me. And even though you're not here, it steadies me. Even though you're gone, it keeps me from disappearing completely. I've been thinking a lot about promises. Not the kind people make loudly in front of witnesses, but the quiet ones. The ones whispered into hair, into skin, into late-night phone calls when the world is asleep. The promise I made to you, to always be the man you could lean on, has been ringing in my head. But tonight, I am leaning on you in my own way. Tonight, I am whispering my weakness, my fragility, my need. Because love, at its core, is not a performance of strength. It's an invitation to be seen in your unguarded state. It's an unmasking. It's a surrender. Do you remember the night we walked by the river, and you told me you liked how the water carried away everything it touched? You said it was like a mirror that didn't hold grudges. I told you I was jealous of the river because it got to touch you and keep moving. You laughed softly, that half smile you only gave me when you thought I was being foolish but sweet. That moment returns to me now. I imagine myself as that river, a body trying to flow, carrying memories and hopes, but unable to let go of what it loves. I am still carrying you. Even at my lowest, I am still a river carrying your name downstream. I wonder what you would say if you could see me like this. Would you reach for me, or would you step back? Would you say my name the way you used to, stretching the vowels like a sigh? Or would you look away, unable to recognize the man before you? These questions fill my nights. They climb into my dreams. They echo inside my ribs like footsteps in an empty hall. But even with all this doubt, I find myself writing. Because writing to you feels like breathing. Because even if you never answer, it's still a way of keeping you close. Somewhere between silence and hope, that's where I live now. It's a strange place. The silence is thick, but the hope glows faintly, like a candle in a window no one remembers to blow out. And that candle is you. That candle is your memory. That candle is the belief that somewhere, somehow, you still carry a small piece of me the way I still carry all of you. I think of the day we first touched hands. Not a dramatic moment, just an accident. Your fingers brushed mine while you passed me something, and the world tilted. You probably didn't even notice, but I did. It was as if my skin woke up from a long sleep. That small touch became a language. Every time after, our hands found each other without effort, like magnets that forgot how to repel. Even now, when my palms are empty, they remember the shape of your fingers. Even now, when the nights are cold, they remember the warmth they were made to hold. Baby, I'm at my lowest point, but in a way, I'm also the most honest I've ever been. There's no performance left in me. No walls, no cleverness. Just a man writing to the woman who once turned his life into a song. Just a heart sending its beats into the dark, hoping someone will hear. I don't know if you will. I don't know if you even can. But I have to keep writing. Because if I stop, I'm afraid I'll stop existing altogether. I think sometimes about the life we could have built. A small apartment. Plants by the window. Coffee cups left on the counter. Music drifting from another room. You laughing at something on your phone while I read a book. Nothing grand, nothing staged. Just ordinary life threaded with extraordinary love. That's what I wanted with you. That's still what I want. Not a storybook ending. Just a quiet place where two people can be real. Maybe that's what makes this hurt so much. It wasn't just dreams that broke. It was the possibility of ordinary sacred days. But here's the truth I've been circling around all along. Even at my lowest, I have not lost you completely. You live in the words I speak. You live in the pauses between them. You live in the way I look at the world, in the way I reach for gentleness, in the way I still believe in something better. You've shaped me. You've carved your initials into my soul. You've left a map of your love inside me, and even now, I follow it without knowing where it leads. I am not asking you to come back. I am not asking you to fix me. I am not asking you to carry my weight again. I am only asking you to know that, even broken, I am still yours in the way that matters, in the way that love makes people belong to each other across distance, across time, across silence. I am only asking you to know that you were my light, and even in the dark, I still walk toward it. Tonight, the moon is hanging low, swollen and pale, like it's listening. I imagine sending this letter to it, watching it rise above your window, slipping into your dreams. I imagine you hearing my words not as a burden, but as a soft knocking, a quiet voice at the edge of your heart. If you ever feel it, that soft knock, know it's me. Know it's the man who still loves you from the bottom of his well. Know it's the man who still believes in the sound of your name. Even at my lowest, I'm still reaching. Even at my weakest, I'm still holding on to the thread that leads to you. And maybe that's all love really is, a thread between two hearts, stretched thin but unbroken, shimmering even in the dark.